So we're gonna talk about the roadmap to investing today, right? Number 7, build your dream team. Everyone needs to have a dream team. You need to have the right real estate agent. And like I said, you don't just have to have one. You can have a few for different, areas. Have a lender. And if you're gonna do residential and you're gonna keep a property and refinance it, you should have already built a relationship with, your local bank or whoever you normally do a residential refi with. If you're gonna do a commercial, National RE Funding can help you with that refi. You should have already built that relationship with that lender. A lot of lenders in commercial, they allow you to pick your appraiser. So I have built a relationship with my appraiser. He's actually going out today to appraise one of my properties that I'm refinancing. And I love my appraiser because he'll ask me like, what do you think the ARV value on it is? And I'm like, well, I'm kind of hoping to get this. And then he'll be like, well, how much money did you put into it? This is how much money I put into it. Of course, he's not gonna lose his license and give me something real, that's not realistic, but he'll at least kind of consider why I think it should appraise for something and, build that relationship. And you can at least have somebody to go to be like, hey, can you maybe take a second look? I don't think this appraisal is correct or whatnot. I mean, there's been a couple of times where it didn't go my way, but I knew that I was kind of shooting the stars. But, you can't blame me for trying, right? Accountant. Very important, especially if you're on doing investing as a business. You should have a good accountant to advise you if you're doing flips and what you should do with the capital gains. Like, should you do a 1031 exchange? Can you put it in an IRA? What things you should do? How to structure for tax purposes your stuff and work that way. What to off, what you can't write off, things like that. Accountant is really important, but it should be an accountant that does real estate investing. Not all accountants really know how to do that, just like not all attorneys can do it. Same thing with accountants. So interview your accountant, see if they really understand what you're trying to do so that they can better advise you. Home inspector, really important, guys. Build relationships with good home inspectors. I never advise you to close on a property without doing a home inspection unless you're a pro at this and you've taken a general contractor with you. Otherwise, don't waive inspection, because a lot of times things that you can't see, especially if you're newer, you may not be able to see certain things with the naked eye. A home inspection will get it for you. I have done a lot of closings for investors that they're like, no, I don't need a home inspection, as is, inspection contingency, I'm sure. Even, I'm a contractor, I know what I'm doing, whatnot. And then minute you start tearing up walls, you find things that you couldn't have seen that had you done a proper inspection, you would have. So now your rehab budget of $20,000 just went up to $30,000. So if you can, do a home inspection. Another reason why you should do a home inspection is because it gives us leverage to renegotiate the purchase price. A lot of times when we have inspection contingencies, if you come back to me and you say, hey, this roof, according to the inspector, is probably going to have to get replaced in the next year or two. And, the boiler is at, last leg of its life. Things of that nature that you would have normally not been able to tell. I can go back and say, hey, my client made this offer based on this. Because of this, the numbers are a little different. This is how much credit we're asking for. Worst case scenario, they say no and you're back to where you are, but at least now you know what to expect when you buy this property. Best case scenario, they give you a price reduction or a credit that you wouldn't have had otherwise. So the home inspection is worth every penny. General contractor. This is probably one of the hardest ones to find, and I hear people tell me this all the time. General contractors, once you find a good team or a good general contractor, hang on to them, because this is probably again, the hardest thing to find, because a lot of times general contractors, you'll give them a deposit and they'll tell you, yeah, they'll be back, and you won't see them for 2 weeks and you have to go and chase them, and now you potentially lost on that. So one of the things we always say is do not give a deposit until you have everything in writing. Make sure that they're licensed, bonded, and insured, and make sure that you start them off with something really small. Like if it's a $50,000 rehab budget, give them $10,000 to start. Once they're done with that, okay, now we go to the second phase. constantly check up on them, constantly, go look until you've built a relationship with that investor or with that contractor that you're like, okay, they know how I like it, I know how they work. You built that trust, you built that relationship. Pretty soon you won't even need to, go check on the properties because they already know the type of rehabs that you like to do, and you already kind of know how they do it. So if you find yourself a good general contractor, keep them. And don't share them. No, I'm kidding. Keep them because, they are few and far in between. So build that, treat them good, keep them, and, value that relationship because it's really, really hard to find. Build those relationships, and of course, the right attorney. I'm the only one you need to call. No. Find an attorney that's knowledgeable, that understands what you want, understands your goals, and can guide you and help you. And it's okay to say, hey, listen, I'm a new investor, this is my first time doing this, or I'm not sure how to do this, can you help me? They should, of course, be able to help you. That's what they're there for. Don't go to an attorney and say, can you help me figure out my numbers? That's not what they're there for. They don't know the property, they don't know your numbers, and I'd even be worried if they're trying to give you advice on that unless they themselves are investors in that area. I get a lot of times people that call me and ask me like, what do you think about these numbers? But I don't know that area. So I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't help you. I don't know that area. I don't want to guide you the wrong way. But maybe I have another client or two that invest there. Maybe I'll connect them and be like, talk to them. So make sure that you find the attorney that works with investors, that knows how to work with you, and that knows what your goals are, and that knows how to structure your contracts. Do not pay contractors, set up payment schedules. Do weekly check-ins on your projects. You don't just want to rely that they're doing everything they say they're going to be doing. You want to at least do weekly check-ins, at least for your first couple of ones or when you're first starting to work with somebody, so you can make sure that everything's going smooth, because remember, time is money. The more they take, in your project, the more interest payments you're paying. The market could have gone down by there. You could have missed the market time. A lot of things can happen, so the quicker, the better. For flips, again, interview the right real estate agent to list your property, and every agent has experience selling properties, but in the particular area that you are trying to sell your property at. Make sure you interview a few real estate agents and see, who can do the best for you, and make sure that they have a track record of being able to list and sell properties in this area. Because at the end of the day, you want to get the most, for your money, and a lot of times realtors that are experts in a certain area probably already have a buyer's list of people that they can send that out to. They probably already have a lot of brokers, friend brokers that they work with, and they can do a broker open and a lot of things to kind of make your property go quickly and for a higher amount. So even if you're already a realtor, but that's not your area of expertise, hire somebody that can, because time is money. Again, my name is Gina Diaz. I am the managing partner and owner of a law firm called Diaz Case Law. We help everybody with all their real estate needs, from short sales to creative financing to wholesaling, regular closes from my realtors out there. Help your clients with all types of closings, regular retail closings, first-time home buyers, VAs, 203Ks, you name it, we can help you. We do evictions, we do foreclosure defense. So when you want the right attorney, give me a call.